friends, how you doing today? I am doing. I'm still alive. Yes, I'm here, and I'm still alive. And I got some packages to open up over here, and I got my razor knife handy. And I'm gonna talk for a second. First of all, I wanted to talk about a movie that kind of that's what I'm looking for. Inspired my life. Okay, there's certain movies that you watch and you're like, yeah, I could relate with that character 110%. I feel what that character's feeling. I know what that character is going through. I would love to be that character. And in the end process of the movie or whatever, when the character breaks out of their shell or whatever the situation is, you want to be that character. You feel the relationship with the character throughout the movie. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I was looking for the movie. It's in my cataloging thing. I have it. I don't know where I put it. I have nowhere I put it. I know I got it maybe within the last 4 or 5 months. But before I was like, I want to make this video, but I can't find the movie. So the movie I want to talk about right now is Pump Up the Volume. Pump Up the Volume, starring Christian Slater. Yes, that's the movie I want to speak about. Maybe this was a thing so I could talk with my hands more. Maybe maybe instead of me holding something in my hand, that would be something I wanted to talk about. This format, this YouTube format is an excellent therapeutic way of me, what's the word I'm looking for, to vent. Yes, to vent, to talk to people and have some kind of response. You know, there's some days when I truly feel alone. I don't know. I'm sure you have these days. I'm sure you have these days when you may not even be alone. You may be in a room full of people, but you feel very alone sometimes. You feel very alone. And then there's sometimes when you're just in your room and you're alone and you're like, I wish I had somebody to talk to, but I don't even know where to go. You know, I remember back in the day when I was talking years and years ago when the internet first started and everything, and I want to say that was it Messenger? What it was, like emails or whatever. There was some kind of thing going on. It wasn't Facebook, it wasn't MySpace. There was something going on where you could actually communicate with people. You could actually talk to another person, and you didn't know who you were talking to, but you'd be able to just hop on like a chat, like almost like a group chat like they have nowadays. But you hopped on with people that you had no idea who they were, and that was like the best thing in the world, because you could hop on there and you could just say what you wanted to say and do what you wanted. You could be whoever you wanted to be. You could be yourself and vent and explain to people the situation that's going on in your life, and you weren't being judged for it. They didn't know who you were. You didn't know who they were. They were probably going through similar things. You were helping them. They were helping you. But where is that? Where is that outlet nowadays? Is there? Okay, comment below to help. This is to help me. Comment below. Who do you? If you need to talk to somebody, just have a conversation. I'm not talking about like a suicide hotline. I'm talking about you just feel alone. You feel very alone, and you got some stuff on your mind, and you want to talk to somebody. What's the outlet? What's the outlet here? You know, I love when you guys leave comments and we go back and forth to talk about movies, to talk about whatever. But you know what? A lot of people don't like this venting thing. A lot of people don't like me to be having conversations. They're like, just get to the movies. Just talk about the movies.
You done messed up!
Okay, listen, yes, this is much about the movies. This is much about us. You know, it's about what you're going through, I'm going through. Listen, life is not a movie. What was that? You know, it's. I wish it was. I wish a director could come by sometimes and just say, cut, and that'll be it. You know what I mean? I'd be done, you know, and then I can just go sit down and rest, or I'd be done with the pain or the agony or whatever. Let's say I'm a stunt man or whatever. I just got done jumping down those stairs for the 400th time, and somebody just got cut, and that's it. You need to calm down. But sometimes life ain't like that. Life ain't just a movie, and I wish it was. I mean, I watch movies to escape, the 2 hours of escape or whatever. Sometimes 3. We got lucky. But when the movie's done, you're still left. You're left with yourself. So, a few things I want to talk about today. So first of all, Pump Up the Volume. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this was like a dream character of mine. You know, like when I was younger, I had a little bit of a Howard Stern obsession. Okay, yeah, judge me if you want, but I like the fact that the man, I wasn't so much big on the random girls being on the show as much as the fact that I admired the man for speaking his mind. Okay, I loved how whatever was on his mind, I felt like he was able to just say. You know what I mean? I always he inspired me to be an outspoken person. I wanted to be an outspoken person, say the things that came on my mind, and just be real. You know, I wanted to be real all the time. But what I'm starting to learn, I'm starting to learn in life, is that people don't want you to be real. People don't want. Know what people want you to do? They want you to lie to them. That's what life's about. 'Cause listen, if I watched something not too long ago. I don't know why I was watching it, but I was YouTubing some stuff, whatever. When I started to go through these little mind things, I started YouTubing some crazy stuff. And there was a guy on there, and he was like, "Listen, the world's about lying." He goes, "You gotta lie all the time. That's what you gotta do. If you were to tell people the truth all the time, they'd be mad at you all the time. So the world is a lie." And I was like, "What? That's a crazy but true concept. It's true. I mean, it's like I can't tell you exactly how I feel. I mean, if I look at somebody, you automatically, that mind passes judgment. Automatically, you see something and you say that that's wrong. You might see that parent at Walmart, yelling and screaming at their kid. You want to say something, but you don't say something. You know what I mean? Or something's going on in your head, and you're like, you want to say that, but you can't say it because if you spoke what was on your mind, then it would mess your relationship up with this person that you're with or whatever. But then again, maybe it would help. Maybe if people were more truthful, maybe it would help too. So I feel like lately I've just been like living like a lie. Like it's like I in order for me to get on your level, I gotta lie to you. No, listen, I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to be known as a liar. Okay, they make Disney movies about that stuff. Okay, that's what Pinocchio is all about. You know, the nose growing thing. He tells a lie, the nose grows. Listen, that's a problem. It's a problem in this world today. And this Pump Up the Volume movie, man, used to inspire me big time. Like I wanted to get myself a pirate radio show and do like what I'm doing right now. So this is the thing, man. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I hope you do. I like when you hit the like button and you hit the subscribe button and you get that stuff flowing all over the place and you share and my algorithm goes crazy so other people, maybe I'm helping somebody. Maybe I'm hurting somebody. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at right now in my life. I know that I made a big change in my life. I decided to walk out of my job, and I decided to try to do something different with my life. Try to make myself a little bit happy because we don't know how long we're going to be on this planet, and that bothers me. It bothers me sometimes. I'm sure it bothers you too. I'm sure it bothers you that you don't know how long you got to be here. You know what I mean? Like this could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, or what. I don't know when it's going to be. But my health wise, it goes up and down. You know, the doctor says you need some vitamin D. You need some vitamin C, you need some vitamin A, you need all this kind of stuff in your dieting, you're not eating properly, all this stuff could kill you. You don't know what's killing you nowadays. I don't know if the sun's killing me. I don't know if what I'm drinking's killing me. I don't know what's going on. And I know why, because the world's full of lies. There's all kinds of lies going on. And that's the problem, is that there's no truth. And we can't find the truth, okay? So when I used to watch this movie, it used to motivate me. I wanted to get that pirate radio station so bad. So this YouTube thing's been great. It's been great, a great outlet for me, a great place for me to voice my opinions. And yes, they are. Listen, that's what they are. Opinions. We all have opinions, okay? There's a lot of facts about the things I say, but there's also a lot of opinions of the things I say. And people come back and forth with me on the comments with their facts and opinions and help me out, and I help them out, and we go back and forth. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And you know what? And that's something that we don't do enough of. We don't tell people that we appreciate them enough. So let's get rid of the Pump Up the Volume. I just had to have my mind. Now on my mind is the fact that I'm gonna have to tear this whole place apart to try to find my copy of Pump Up the Volume, and I don't even feel like watching it right now. I just want to know what I did with it. I know it's in my data bank over here. I know I own it on DVD and Blu-ray. Where is it? I have no idea. The DVD probably got boxed up, so that means the Blu-ray's floating around somewhere in space. What position would I have put that? I can't figure it out because I'm like, okay, it's kind of funny. You could have put it in the comedy, but then again, it's kind of a drama. So I might have put it in the drama. But then again, it's kind of like a nostalgic 90s type movie or whatever. So maybe I put it in the nostalgic 90s type movie section. I don't know where I put it, but I know it's not where it's supposed to be because I know where the DVD used to be. Now the DVD's gone. And usually when I take the DVD out, I put the Blu-ray in its place. I looked up there several times before making this video and I just gave up. But I did find a copy of El Camino on Blu-ray Steelbook, which I was trying to buy 3 days ago and didn't even realize I already purchased it. So that would have been a big goof. Yeah, El Camino, the spin-off from Breaking Bad. Yeah, I'm missing that in my set. I think I need to buy it. And then I'm looking around for this other movie, and I'm like, El Camino, I already bought it. Steelbook. Why? I don't know. I didn't even know. Listen, I got to catalog this stuff better. So anyway, on top of that, so with my mood lately, Me and the wife went to go see this man right here. Well, this is not. I'll put a picture of him over here. Roger Waters. We went to go see Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. If you don't know who Roger Waters is, he's one of the founders of Pink Floyd. And what happened is, pre-pandemic, the wife and I bought tickets to go see Roger Waters. Then the pandemic hit, and then everybody canceled all their concerts, but not Roger Waters. Roger Waters was like, I'm gonna hang in there, I'm gonna keep your money, and we don't know when this is gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. He's a very positive thinker. This is gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen. So here we are, like 2 years later, almost 2 years later. And I finally got to go see Roger Waters. Now, I had seen Pink Floyd in the past, but I did not see Pink Floyd with Roger Waters. I saw Pink Floyd with David Gilmour and the rest of the group when they were all alive, but minus the Roger Waters. So I wanted to see Roger Waters for years. I've been wanting to see him because I love his music. I love his voice. I love the stories behind the music. You know, I love his storytelling through music. And so I'm gonna read you some lines, okay? And I know you're probably like, well, what's now you've become a reading channel. Listen, I can barely read, so please don't make fun of my reading skills, okay? But as I'm at the concert, he does a song, a Pink Floyd song, and I'm listening to it, and I'm dissecting the song. This is what I do. When I watch a movie, I dissect the movie. When I listen to music, I dissect the song. When I'm talking to people, I'm dissecting the person. This mind, my friends, never stops. It never stops working. It never stops just thinking, overthinking, progressively thinking. It just doesn't stop. And sometimes it thinks so much it hurts. I woke up this morning, I was physically sick. The things that I'm going through in my life right now are making me physically sick. And I know it comes from the mind. I went to go see my doctor a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I'm having pains in my back, I'm having pains in my arm. I'm like, but is it pains? Is it real pains? Is this arthritis? Is this back pain? Is this I'm getting older? Or is it my mind messing me up? Because the mind messes you up. It really does. It really controls everything. You know, it controls everything that you go through, okay? And sometimes you don't know how to stop it. You don't know how to stop. That's why I'm like, if I need to talk to somebody, who do I talk to? Listen, I comment on YouTube, but I might want to have a private conversation. You know what I mean? And we got the Instagrams, we got this, but you know what? I would prefer it to be somebody that I'm never gonna see, never gonna talk to again. You know, somebody that they don't know me. I don't know. Maybe they'll pray for me or something. Maybe they'll end it with that. Like, I'll pray for you. I always enjoy that. You know, so like I can use somebody thinking of me after the fact. I'm sending you good vibes. Whatever you believe in. Listen, I'm not here to push nothing down nobody's throat, but it feels good when you got other people on board with you. You know, it just feels good when you have people that can relate to what you're going through. And hopefully that this is the almost 700 followers I got. I'm working on that 1,000. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. But I'm working on that 1,000. But I'm hoping that almost the 700 subscribers that I'm at, I'm like right at the cusp of the 700. I'm just hoping that the 700 that are watching this channel, the 75,000 that, according to my thing, have watched one of my episodes or whatever you want to call these things, can relate. You learned something, you got something, you took something, you threw it back at me, whatever you did. Hope you got something out of it, and I appreciate it. But here are the lyrics that stuck in my mind from one of the songs from Roger Waters' concert, and it goes, okay. The lunatic is in my head. The lunatic is in my head. You raise the blade. You make the change. You rearrange me till I'm sane. You lock the door. You throw away the key. And there's someone in my head, but it's not me. Okay, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna tell you how I'm listening to him sing these lyrics, and I'll tell you, his voice, number one, he's getting older. His voice is still killer, okay, which I think is great, because sometimes when the artist gets older, they lose something, and Roger Waters has lost nothing, okay? But I'm listening to this. I might have to look at it again, okay? And I'm like, okay, so lunatic is in my head. You raise the blade, you make the change. So I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, you raise the blade to make the change. So I'm thinking that this is maybe like a lobotomy type reference, okay? We're meaning that you're crazy people back in the day that we get a lobotomy, they take you in, they make the cut in the head or whatever, and they take out the chunk of the brain that be messing you up all the time, okay? And then they rearrange me till I'm sane, meaning, okay, so this is where I took this one, okay? You raise the blade, you make the change. you rearrange me till I'm sane. Meaning, what I got from that was people are try to make you what they want you to be. Not really what you are. They want you to be a certain way, and they will try to change you into that person, okay? You lock the door, you throw away the key. There's someone in my head, but it's not me. And what I got from that was all of this. Like this, all the stuff that goes on in my life, the people, the world, the fear, the anger, the things that are said to me on a daily basis, the thing I hear from people, the way I was raised, the way I interact with my children, the way that people I used to talk to at work, and the way that they would talk to me. It's not me. You know what I mean? It's not. It's my okay. My brain is flying, but it ain't all me. It ain't all me. The world contributes to this mess. Okay, I can't take full. Listen, I would be selfish by taking full responsibility for how messed up my head is. I am not alone, even though sometimes I feel like I'm alone. That's why I feel like I need to talk to somebody. I feel very alone. But I am not alone in this creation. Okay, it's like Frankenstein, man. Okay, you're all a bunch of Frankensteins. You all created a certain way, and you were created a certain way from how you were raised and how you spent your life and the people you talk to and things you do and the people you spend time with, and the stuff you listen to on the radio and the movies you watch. Listen, you're programming. You're being programmed, okay? You know, and you know what? It's good. It's good. It's bad. It's bad. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that because I've been battling that for years. Because you're not gonna. Nobody's gonna stop me from watching what I want to watch. Nobody's gonna stop me from listening from what I want to listen to. Okay, and I personally, I got a big heart, okay, and I get hit about this a lot, okay. I get hit about this a lot, saying that I care too much, okay. Oh, you could never open a business because you care too much about people. Well, maybe that's how you should run a business. Maybe you should care about people to run a business. Maybe your employees will be happier. Maybe the people you're working with will be happier. You know, maybe if you talk to a little more people, maybe they be happier. I don't get it. So it's wrong nowadays to have a heart. I'm supposed to be more heartless and more, I guess, money hungry or cutthroat. Or listen, I worked with cutthroats my entire life, man. My entire life. Oh man, and woman. Sorry, I want to be politically correct here. People, okay. I worked with cutthroats my entire life. Okay, man, I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't get anything from those people except for heartaches, headaches, and pains. You know what I mean? It's like, why? Why bother? You know, why bother? You know, it's like, I love this outlet. I love this YouTube outlet. And if you enjoy what we are doing here, then I hope you stay on board. This is what I do. And I open some movies and I tell you about my crazy life. And I just want to let you know, I went to go see Roger Waters. I was very excited. Me and the wife, we were up in the nosebleed section. Oh man, I am afraid of heights. I got a height fear. And I'll tell you right now, we got up there and I was in full blown panic. I mean, I could reach up and touch the roof. Okay, that's how high we were in this place. And this place was a big. This was like I want to say it's a. Is it an ice skating rink or normally a basketball court? I don't know. It was like one of these big places. And I'm telling you, we were so high. I was like, I can literally touch. I mean, excellent seats. I could see everything. Okay, I didn't complain about that. Roger was right in front of us. There was the whole setup was big enough so I could see everything. So no, I wasn't complaining about that. But man, when I got up there, the wife we went and splurged and bought the bucket of Tyson chicken fillets, whatever, with the French fries and everything. And I got up and I looked at her and she looked at me and I looked at the food and I was like, whoa, no, not yet, not yet. Hold on a second. Hello, Mr. Pill. Let me wait. Let me sit. Wait. Let me pull. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Pill. Let me pop you out and let's get the party started, okay? And with that said, yeah, let's get this party started. Yeah. So pump up the volume. If you haven't seen it, it's a movie about a disc jockey. Well, actually, it's about this kid that is shy. Kind of like I said, I have a lot of relations with this kid. Now, I wasn't overly shy in high school, but I wouldn't speak as much as I speak now. Okay, this was a progressive thing. There was a lot of breaking in order for me to get out of my shell. You know, you had to break that shell. There, you had to break that shell so I could come out. You know what I mean? And yeah, there was a lot of breaking in my life in order for me to come out of that shell. Before that, I was kind of the quiet guy, just going through the motions. You know what I mean? I had more female friends in high school than I had male friends, believe it or not, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the girls used to come to me for advice and ask me questions and stuff. Now, please don't comment some kind of weird stuff below. Okay, the reason why they come to me for advice and stuff like that is because I was honest. Because I was, like I said, I'm one of those strange, honest people. I tell my kids all the time, like, yeah, guys are dirty. They're filthy people, man. The things that come through our heads. Okay, listen, you guys, don't be sitting there saying that this ain't true. Okay, don't say it's not true, because it's true. I know it's true. You don't even have to comment. Don't say nothing. You just take it all in and just absorb it. Okay. The thoughts that go on through our heads throughout the course of the day, you know, at what we look at or what we see or whatever it is crazy. It's just disgusting, despicable type things. And coming from a guy that has multiple daughters, it's tough, you know, because I'm like, yeah, there's some sick people out there. I mean, I remember what I was thinking back in the day, and I'm sure that's what that guy's thinking. So make sure you cover this, and make sure you cover that. Please try to, you know, leave a little bit to the imagination. That's what I gotta say about that. Leave a little bit to the imagination. What's that old saying back in the day that why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free? It was like one of those type things. Like, listen, you don't need to be flaunting your stuff all over the place. Guys got enough crazy stuff going on in their heads, okay? You don't need to help them out, okay? And nowadays with all this technology and stuff, you got people like flashing pictures and videotaping. I was watching some guy on YouTube the other day, got caught videotaping some girls in Walmart or whatever it was like that. I'm like, you creep. What a creep you are, man. You're just like, you weird stalking creep. Yeah, and the girl called him out on it, and he got busted. She's like, let me see. And he's like, I don't want you to see. And then he was, man. What a creep. So I'm just saying, listen, you got to be careful out there. So and when I was in high school, girls would be having problems with their boyfriends or whatever the situation was, and they would come in, they come talk to me. On top of the fact that I went to school. Yeah, I went to a vocational high school. I went to a vocational high school. I went for graphic communications, which is printing or computer printing and design and stuff like that. And what would happen is I had a teacher that hated my guts. The man hated my guts, hated me. I couldn't run a printing machine to save my life. Okay, not only did I not know how to run it, I couldn't run it. I didn't want to run it. Okay, it was a filthy, disgusting, dirty job. Okay, I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. Okay, later on in life, I ended up getting a job as a feeder, and a feeder is the guy that loads the paper in the back of the printing press so that they can print whatever they're printing. Okay, that's the job I had later on in life. But prior to that, he would stick me in what they call the dock room. This was the place where the camera guy would take the pictures of the whatever it was that they were gonna print, and then they make a plate. I'm going to go through this whole process with you. I know you're probably getting bored, but listen. I take a picture. You run it through a processor. You make a plate. The plate goes on the printing press. The printing press prints the thing. And if it wasn't for me making the plates, there would be no printing. Okay, there'd be no covers of Blu-rays. There'd be no. I'm not saying that's all I do, but I'm saying that back in the day, that was kind of like my job. Okay. But he would stick me in this dock room because he's like, hey, I don't want to see you. He goes, listen, it was 2 weeks academics, 2 weeks shop. I don't want to see you for 2 weeks. Get in that dock room. So I sit in the dock room all by myself. Little red light on. Had a little red light, dock room, all red light. And the girls would just sneak in. They keep sneaking in and come and sit down with me and talk to me because I'd be in there all alone with my thoughts. You know, it's real good life I've had, man. Being all alone with my thoughts for many, many years, and then I create a wonderful family and everything. And then sometimes they like to leave me alone with all my thoughts too, so I can go slowly mad out of my mind and I can rearrange me till I'm sane. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, something in my head, but it's not me. Yeah, so he stick me in the dock room, and then these girls would come in. They come in and ask advice. They ask me about, hey, listen, I'm having a problem with this guy. I'm having a problem with that guy. What's the deal with this? What's the deal with that? And I was honest with them. I'm like, this is the way guys are, man. This is it. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna get what you're looking for from this guy. And I wasn't being like a jerk or anything. I was just like, you know, out of respect for women, out of respect for feelings, emotions, being somebody that's been hurt in the past from girls and being hurt in the past, you know, I didn't want. I understand what it's like to be a jerk, and I understand what it's like to be a nice guy, and I understood what it was like to get hurt by somebody, and I didn't want the same thing to happen to my friends. Okay, and these girls at the time were in fact my friends. They were my friends. We would actually go out after school. We'd go drive in, cruise the Ave, and we'd go out to McDonald's, and we go back to houses and sit there and drink and whatever. And they were my friends. So anyway, I got 3 packages. If I don't, I got 3 packages. If I don't open them, I can't catalog them, and that's just the way that goes. And I got my my razor knife, which I've called Lost. Even though a couple of my videos, I got older videos, I've been calling it, hey, where are you? Hey, where can't find my razor knife? Anyway. Let's see what we got here. First pickup today. And please do me a favor. Okay, comment below. Leave your comments. Hey, pump up the volume. Awesome movie. I loved it. Love that movie. Roger Waters. Love him. Love Pink Floyd. Don't watch The Wall by yourself. You're going to go crazy. Yeah, Vice, when I was younger, I watched The Wall by myself. I've watched horror movies galore. But that Pink Floyd The Wall movie done messed me up, okay? Maybe because it was too close to home. That one was a too close to home, okay? I felt like I was pink, and I was being abused by all different directions. And I remember buying a copy of that from Ann and Hope. I bought a copy on VHS from Ann and Hope, and I went home, I put it in, I watched it, and I panicked. I had a weird panic attack. I was like, I never want to see this movie again. It hit me way too close to home. I could picture the whole thing. It was crazy because I was like, I don't know if anybody understands, but Pink Floyd, The Wall is about a metaphoric. It's almost like an imaginary wall that you're building around yourself to keep people out, or keep people in, or whatever the situation is with you, with your life, whatever. And with everything that goes on in your life, you're putting another brick in the wall, okay? And all you are is just another brick in the wall. You know, I don't know, I might be wrong with that. Comment below if I'm totally off with that, but that's how I portrayed that movie, okay? And it really hit me that I'm like, wow, I'm building a wall. I'm building a wall. I'm keeping people out. I don't want nobody into this mess. I don't want nobody in here, because I want to protect you. So I'm building a wall to keep people out. Now, meanwhile, once the wall is being built, I'm alone inside the wall. I'm all alone, and nobody understands me. And that was dry. I watched that movie, man. I brought it back to Ann Hope, told me it was defective. They gave me my money back. Years later, I ended up buying it again. I got it on DVD now. I got it like multiple times on DVD, only because I came to grips with it. I kind of came to grips with the art behind it, and realizing that, yeah, I guess I'm not the only one out there that's building a wall. There's other people out there that are just building this metaphoric imaginary wall around themselves to either keep people out or keep people in. And everything that we do in our life is just adding another brick to the wall. And that's what I got from it, and that's what freaked me out. I think it was worse than any horror movie I ever. I could watch The Exorcist. I'd be giggling. Okay, I put on Pink Floyd The Wall, man. I'd be scared and crying. Okay, I'd be mess me up back in the day. All right. Oh, okay. First one here. X finally came in. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare this was to get. I have not watched this movie yet. I know the premise about it. I think that they're making an adult movie or whatever it is, and then there's like some kind of slasher type killer, if I remember correctly from the trailer. I saw the trailer. I think when me and my wife went to go see Logan, I think, or something. We went to go see something, whatever, some superhero movie. It might have been No Way Home or whatever, Spider-Man, whatever we went to go see. I saw the trailer for this. I was like, yes, I'm on board with this thing. But then I heard from other YouTubers that the movie's not that great. But then I ordered it from Amazon a long time ago. And then I started getting messages from Amazon. They're like, it's running late. We have some concern. I mean, it just kept going on and on and on. And finally, they just canceled it. And the person I bought it from refunded my money. I'm like, okay, well, I guess now I got to buy it from somebody else. But then I still paused. I was like, I'm not going to buy it yet because maybe it will come in the mail. Then maybe I'll get my copy for free because they've already refunded my money. And then the copy never came in. I was like, almost like a month or whatever. I'm like, I'm never going to get to see this movie. I'm never going to get to see it. And then finally I reordered it from somebody else or whatever. So this is a used copy. The slipcase is a little beat up, which I'm not really a big slipcase guy anyway. No digital copy. If I had a digital copy, I would give it to you. Or can I give it to you? I don't know. This is parental guidance. But then again, my channel ain't for children. It ain't for children. It says it right in the description. Read my description. You know, read the description and I don't know. They told me I got to put a description. That's like a thing or whatever. All right, what else we got here? Where did that one? I didn't even know where that one came from. This one came from E-commerce Solutions LLC. E-commerce Solutions LLC. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, it's a copy of Ants. Yes, Ants. If you've been watching this channel, you know I love me some killer insects / alligator / shark killing movies. I love me when not bears. I don't want to be killed by a bear, but I ain't afraid of no ants. Okay, I can deal with some ants, some ticks, some piranhas, some sharks because I don't swim, and I can deal with stuff like that. 8-legged freaks, big giant spiders or arachnophobia. I ain't afraid of no spiders. I ain't worried about none of that stuff. But ants, yeah, I have this. I have a real cheap. It came in a 2-pack. Came with, I think, tarantula, something cargo, whatever. Came in a 2-pack back in the day. I think I bought it at Walmart for like $3, and the transfer is terrible. I think is this a Kino? Yes, it's a Kino Lorber or Lorber. It's French, I think. I don't know. I'm kicking bottles of whiskey down here. And we got this is a Kino release. Comes with a slipcase, and it's not open. Special features, audio commentary. I'm never gonna listen to that. Audio interview, a lot of audio commentary, audio interview, and newly commissioned art by Vince. So pretty much there's nothing here that I'm gonna take advantage of, because I don't sit there and listen to audio stuff on my Blu-rays or 4Ks or DVDs or whatever. But I remember the movie being decent. It's very Is that okay? So last time I was up in the air, I was like, isn't Suzanne Summers in this thing? Yes, Suzanne Summers is in this thing. Yes, Chrissy from Three's Company, she's in this movie. And what happened was I ordered this on Amazon, and then I must have canceled the order. Listen, when I left my job, things must have went wrong, and I know I got to like a little panic mode. I started selling things, and but then I started realizing everything's working out fine, and I had plenty of money saved, and I was doing okay. And then the wife started getting more hours, and everything was working out fine. So I jumped the gun a little bit. So I started canceling things I had pre-ordered, and this was one of the things I had pre-ordered. And then I was like, it never came in. And I'm like, why did that never come in? And I started looking on my Amazon thing. I'm like, I canceled the order. So then some guy, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I canceled the order, because I don't know what I was going to pay for this thing. But I paid $12.99 for this on eBay from some seller. $12.99, free shipping. And it's got the slip cover. It's mint. The guy did good. He's going to get me some ants. Do I have to sum it up? Kill ants. Ants. There's an ant infestation going on somewhere. People gonna die. Okay, people gonna die from what I do my night from the killer ants. Okay. Oh wait a minute. What's this one from? Yeah, this one's from Point One Premiums, Casota Ave in St. Paul, Minnesota. Yeah. What's going on with this one here? That's a little ironic, don't you think? It's a copy of Defending Your Life. Yes, I had brought this up. Somebody had sent me a message. Oh, I'm drawing a blank of who it was. I don't want to say her name because I'm gonna mess it. It was a girl. It was a female. On one of my comments that they were having the Criterion sale at Barnes and Noble, and then whenever they have the Criterion sale at Barnes and Noble, it does not make me want to get up and rush over to Barnes and Noble, because I used to work at a Levi's outlet. And my job was literally to stand in the front of the store and say, everything is half off the ticketed price. Okay? That was my job. Seriously, like, you think a Walmart greeter thing is like, whoa? Okay, this was whoa. I would stand in front of the store, and they would literally, my job was to make sure that the shirts and jeans in the front of the store were straight, and every single person was greeted, hi, how are you today? Just so you know, everything in the store is half off the ticketed price. But the funny thing is, they would jack the price up twice as much. Okay, so if you went to go buy a pair of jeans, I got a dog eating another dog outside. Something going on outside. I don't know what's going on. But listen, if you went to go buy a pair of jeans back in the day, this would have been like in the early '90s. There was these Levi outlet stores. Levi's was like a big thing, and I know Levi's is still kind of big, but there was outlet stores. Everybody's wearing jean jackets, and everybody's wearing jeans, and they had colored jeans, and they had loose fit jeans, 501s, 512s, 560s, 540s, 530s, ladies 512s, jean boot cut. Listen, I worked there for a long time, so I used to do the stock. I used to load the place, and my job was to say to every person that came through the door, just so you know, oh, good afternoon, how are you today? Just so you know, everything in the store is half off the ticketed price. Meanwhile, things that were coming in that should have been $25 were $50. So really, you weren't getting no deal. You weren't getting no deal. And that's how I feel at the Barnes & Noble. Now, I know Barnes & Noble is that classy place. I mean, they sell coffee there, for cripe's sake, okay? Okay, I don't go to, there ain't no coffee shop in Best Buy. Hey, no, I've been to some Barnes & Nobles, and they got little coffee shops in there. They got little tea shops and stuff like that. Nobody's drinking coffee and tea over at Best Buy or Walmart or Target, whatever, when they're buying their Blu-rays, only at the Barnes & Noble. So I don't even feel like I fit in at the Barnes & Noble. I think I got to wear a suit and tie. I got to get dressed up. I got to be educated. I got to be able to make it through a book or something that was written that has more than like 5 pages and is sold at a newsstand, okay? And that's not me. I'm not a reader. I'm not a reading guy. So when I walk into the Barnes & Noble, I feel stupid. And then I feel even more stupid because when they have this half off Criterion sale, the prices are crazy. The prices for Blu-ray Criterions are crazy. Now, what they call these things are like, what do they call these things? They're like, not classy Blu-rays. There's a certain name for these type of Blu-rays, and you can comment below because I can't remember what the name is right now. It's like, it's like the caviar of Blu-rays, because it's got so much extra crap that they throw on this thing that you cannot not be satisfied. But when you go to buy them and they're like $50, $60 or $40, or like I said, even $40, $45 for like this right here. When I went to go buy this, like I haven't seen this movie in years. Okay, first of all, Defending Your Life is about this guy. He dies. I can't remember the whole premise of the thing, but the whole storyline. But he dies, and then supposedly when you go up to heaven, they show you video footage of your entire life, and you're up on trial, like almost like defending your life, defending why you did the things that you did, and why did you do that? And you need to explain to these people, this jury, why you did the things in life. So that's where I find this thing to be very appropriate right now, because now I'm reflecting on my life, and reflecting on my childhood, and reflecting on my teen years, and reflecting on the choices I made as a father and as a husband, and all the other things in my life, the things that I keep thinking of. This was appropriate to be the last thing for me to open, because that's what this movie's about. It's about when you drop dead, okay? Supposedly you go up to heaven, and you have to defend the messed up, crazy things that you did in your life. There's a lot of good things, but then there's a lot of bad things. You'd be like, well, why did you do that? Like, I was watching you when you did that. Why did you do that? Listen, I've done some messed up things, man. And if this has any little glimpse of truth in it, I'm scared. I'm scared that if I have to go and defend the crazy things that I did in my life, whoa, man, I'd be listen. Maybe I should just confess right now to you guys. Maybe if I just throw it out there into the universe, maybe I can save myself some jury duty time or whatever. Save the jury some time, because I'll be sitting there for a long time. I have done some crazy. I had a boss one time. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. Maybe nah. Listen, I had a boss one time. Could not stand the man. I could not stand the man, and I did something in his air conditioner. Okay, in his office, and just let's just say that there was a strange smell coming into his. If you do something in the air conditioner, and over a period of time, when you're in a little office, there's a smell that happens and it doesn't go away. It'll never go away. You gotta get yourself a new air conditioner. Listen, I'm not promoting anything, okay? But I'm just saying that listen, I've done some messed up things, but people kind of suck sometimes. They kind of do. Like some people thrive on your pain and your agony, and they just won't let up. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna fight. You're gonna lose your job. You're gonna fight. You're gonna argue with them. You're gonna get written up. You're gonna get suspended. You're gonna listen. Bad things are gonna happen to you if you start butting heads with your boss. So sometimes there's a lot of people out there that are harboring a lot of hurt. And they don't know how to release this hurt. Okay, and I would just keep coming up with different ways to release this hurt. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. This is what I'm gonna do. We had a cockroach problem at the place I was working. Big cockroach problem. I would literally go in the darkest rooms in the place, and I would throw sugar all over the floor, sugar water all over the floor, and I shut the light off and I'd leave. And then the next morning the bosses would come in, turn on the light, cockroaches everywhere. You know, listen. Yes, yeah, I'm going to have to explain that later on. Listen, you know what I was going through. You know the mess that was going on in that place, man. I was 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't care about you. You're nothing but a number. Remember that? Remember that? That's why I did what I did, okay? Because I felt like garbage, okay? Because you constantly kept telling me that I was nothing but a number, okay? You kept saying, listen, all you are is a body, and we just need to fill in that space. Oh, I feel really important right now. I feel really... And make sure you're here on Saturday because we need that space filled. I don't want to be there on Saturday. Well, if you're not going to hear me on Saturday... Oh, my goodness. Yes, I'm going to be defending. I'm going to be sitting up on that trial. And that's what this movie's about. It's about guy dies. He goes up there and he has to go on trial for defend his life to see if he can make it into heaven or he's going to hell. And I'll tell you right now, I'm hoping that it's God with that sense of humor. Okay, I'm hoping he's got a sense of humor because man, I be messed up. Okay, I be messed up. I done some messed up things, and I'm sure you have too. I'm sure you have to. I maybe I should open a forum. Maybe comment below the crazy things that you've done in your life that you look back on. You're like, wow, I can't believe I did that because I had no other option. It was my sanity. Or it was an argument, or but I had to do something. I had to do something, or my head was gonna, I had to release something. Whew. Wow. And I didn't expect that video to go on that long. But with that said, my friend, listen, I want to thank you. I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, if you're that 41 or 43% that have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you can be notified. That's important because I've been posting all kinds of random times. Whenever I feel something's on my heart and I need to let it out. Okay, I need to crack the shell and let it out. Okay, I've been posting lately. So if you hit the bell, you'll be notified that I drop something if you care. If you care. And if you do care, hit the like button for me because that makes the YouTube algorithm thing there start sending me out into different directions or whatever. I don't know exactly how this thing works yet. I'm still working on it. All I know is I'm very thankful. I have over 690 people subscribe. Wow, choked up. Literally choked up on that one. 690 people subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to hit that 1,000. That's my goal, is that 1,000. That's all I want, is that 1,000. I figure once 1,000 goes, it's gonna be all downhill after that. But I gotta hit that 1,000. And over 75,000 people watching these videos. Wow. I mean, to me, that's mind-blowing that 75,000 people would care. 75,000 people. So I want to let you know something. I just want to let you know, I am truly thankful. Okay, I am truly thankful from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, when people leave me messages, they comment or whatever, I appreciate it. I don't care who you are, what you look like, how old you are, what color you are. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about that. We all human beings. We all have issues. We all have problems. We all have feelings. We all have emotions. We all have things that we go through in life. And I wanna be on the ride with you. I want you to be on the ride with me. This is, like I said, this is all built on a relationship, okay? And all these little things I watch on YouTube, they're like, oh, you want to be a good YouTuber, you gotta have a relationship with your watchers, your viewers or whatever. And that's all I'm ever about. If you're not happy listening to me talk for a half an hour, 45 minutes about my life or whatever, that's what this is about. Okay, you ain't gonna get more reality than this. Okay, you can go watch The Amazing Race. Okay, you're gonna see me running in The Amazing Race. You're gonna see me on Big Brother. I ain't gonna be on The Real World. This is the real world. What I'm telling you right now is the real. This ain't scripted. I didn't wake up this morning and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm gonna do. No, what happened was today is I went outside to go get some free vitamin D because I was feeling like garbage because I'm going through some pain, some hurt with a family relative of mine. I'm going through some pain, some major pain. Okay, and I'm physically feeling the pain. So I was like, know what, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go get some free vitamin D, because every time I go to the doctor's always telling me that I'm not getting enough vitamin D because I don't leave the house, because I'm sitting in the dock all the time, which is probably prone to for the fact that I worked third shift for like most of my life, so I don't like to go outside. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get some free vitamin D. I'm gonna put some Roger Waters, some Pink Floyd in my ears. I'm gonna sit outside in the sun for as long as I could take it. And then this stuff started working. I'm like, I got packages to open. I got things to do. Nobody's home. I'm here. I'm by myself. Perfect time to make a video. Perfect time to talk to my friends and unleash this thing. So listen, if I have offended anybody, I apologize. It is never my goal to hurt or offend anybody. I'm mostly talking about myself. If you're getting hit or hurt, you know, if you feel like I'm jabbing at you or whatever, it might be because you got something internally going on. And if you do, then let's figure it out. Okay, you figure it out. I'm going to see some kind of chiropractor or something for my back, my neck, and I don't even think it's my back and my neck. I think it's my mind. I think I need to go see somebody else. But I don't want to go see somebody else, because since I was like 12, 13, 14 years old or whatever, I've been seeing psychiatrists and shrinks and counselors or whatever, and nothing bothers me more than sitting there for an hour and pour your guts out to somebody, and then after that, you get to the last 5 minutes and you're like, oh, time's up, $25 copayment. Hey, thank you very much. Listen, it doesn't feel personal to me. Okay, I just gave you my personal life. I just poured my guts out to you. I just told you personal things in my life that I never told anybody, and I'm paying you $25 to say nothing, to just listen, and then tell me my time is up. Listen, I know my time is up. That's why I'm here to see you, is because I feel like my time is up. I've had it up to here, and I've had it up to giving you $25. I had it up to you not caring about me. You don't even know my name. You don't even know I'm your 3 o'clock appointment. That's what I'm Mr. 3 o'clock appointment. I'm Mr. 2:30. I'm Mr. Hey, you were 5 minutes late and you were supposed to be here at 2:15. That's who I am to you. I never understood it. Never understood it. You know, nothing against psychiatrists or shrinks. They got their purpose and everything. But me, I got too much of a heart. I would probably make a great psychiatrist or a shrink. But the problem is I wouldn't make no money, because if you wanted to sit down with me for a day, I'd probably be sitting down with you for a day. I'd probably be sitting there and listening to every single thing that you had to say until you were done saying it. And then I would give you a little bit of my feedback, because I know what it feels like to want somebody to hear you. I know what it feels like to want to be heard. You know, you got you're hurting inside, and you want somebody to listen to you, and you want to feel like they really care about you. And to me, I never got that with any. I mean, I can't even count on two. I got more than two hands. I have to take off my shoes, and I probably have to borrow another probably like 3 or 4 people to tell you how many psychiatrists or shrinks that I've seen in my life. Okay, and matter of fact, to show you how crazy this is, the place where I had just left not too long ago, they had one of my counselors come in to help with something else. It was on a different matter. And I had sat in front of this woman for literally 7 or 8 months and poured my guts out to this lady. 7 or 8 months, poured my guts out to this lady, told her personal things about myself, personal things I went through and everything. And I opened the door for her at where I was, and she walked through the door, and I was like, hi, how are you? And she's like, well, I'm fine. Where do I sign in? And I'm like, you don't remember me? Wow. Now, I understand that. Listen, I understand that people have psychiatrists and shrinks. They have a lot of patience. No, not so much patience, but they got a lot of people that come in and they see them, and I don't expect them to remember anybody. But if you had a relationship with somebody for 6 months, you might remember them. you know, if they sat in front of you and you looked them in the face and you didn't really, I haven't changed. I look exactly the same way I did when I saw you last. Okay, I didn't change. I look. This. Listen. You know me, okay? I know. If I recognized you, that means I cared enough to recognize you. Obviously, you didn't care enough to recognize me after everything I told you. You didn't care enough to recognize me. That hurt. It hurt, man. And I know what the funny thing is. I kept walking by her with the hope that it would spark up or something. And then I started thinking maybe it's one of these hypocrite. One of those things, they're the oaths that they take with it, where they're not supposed to break their side. But she wasn't doing the job no more. She was doing another job now. So it was like, You didn't remember me. You didn't remember me sitting in front of you crying, you handing me the box of tissues, me telling you about my childhood, me telling you about my job, my life, and my kids, and the things I was going. You don't remember any of that stuff. Wow, what a waste of my $25 a week. I was at this lady's place every single week, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, for $25 every time I saw her. And you didn't 6 months, and you don't remember me? Whew. Comment below if that's ever happened to you. And with that said, my friend, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I went on again. With that said, my friend, please do me a favor. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you later.